When's the media gonna get it through their thick skulls that the old game is over? You don't get to badger a president, especially one like Trump, spin your narrative, and then think you're gonna walk away untouched. Not anymore. Try it now, and you're gonna get scorched. This isn't 2016, people. This is scorched earth season, and Trump is holding a flamethrower. They tried to set Trump up, and instead, they got exposed. What you're about to watch is a total media beatdown. You can believe Trump took over this interview, torched those lies, and then left the fake news scrambling. Before we watch this savage interview, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss how deep this goes. Roll the tape.
Hurry up.
Do you think the reputation of the United States has gone down under your presidency?
No, I think it's gone way up, and I think we're a respected country again. We were laughed at all over the world. We had a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs, couldn't walk down a flight of stairs, couldn't walk across the stage without falling. We had a president that was grossly incompetent.
He couldn't dance around it, but he definitely leaned in. Why? Because he's not afraid of these people. While Joe Biden's out here falling on sandbags and ice, Trump's out here laying the smackdown on fake news narratives. And let's be real, ABC walked straight into that one with crutches. And just when ABC thought they had a moment to pivot, Trump dropped a truth bomb about election fraud and made their anchor look clueless. Watch this next clip as they address fraud being a crime.
A legal note, fraud is a crime. There have been no referrals to the Justice Department on any.
Well, you don't know that, do you? How do you know that?
Have there been
How do you
referrals
know
to the?
that?
Are there criminal
How
referrals?
would you know that there were no referrals? I think there were referrals.
They generally are. There's been no investigation from the
How do
Justice
you know
Department.
that?
I'm asking you, sir.
No, you're not asking me. You made a statement. You're not
Now
asking
I'm
me.
asking you.
That was a statement that you made. There have
I'm
been.
asking you.
Have there been? Yes, there have.
So there have been referrals for fraud from the work
Of course
of
there have been. Take a look at some of these things that took place. Billions of dollars were given to people for no reason whatsoever. Of course there have been.
They just declared it like it was the gospel. And Trump, he made them eat their own words. This wasn't an opinion. It was a trap. And Trump, he turned it into a highlight reel and posterized them. I mean, how do you know there have been no referrals, Terry? You got a badge and access to the DOJ now to see their memos? And from there, it went straight off the rails. The moment Trump brought up gang tats, ABC tried to cover it up with Photoshop. In this next clip, let's get ready to rumble. The MS-13 knuckle tattoos come up.
The person that you're talking about, you know, you're making this person sound, this is a MS-13 gang member, a tough cookie, been in lots of skirmishes, beat the hell out of his wife, and the wife was petrified to even talk about him, okay? This is not an innocent, wonderful gentleman from Maryland.
I'm not saying he's a good guy. It's about the rule of law. The order from the Supreme Court stands,
He came
sir.
into our country illegally.
You could-
He wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute
Well,
over that.
Wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
Oh, he had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not
Don't
have the
do that.
letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
Yeah, that was photoshopped. So let me
That
just...
was Photoshop, Terry. You can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. But you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
and you think it
agree
was
to disagree.
Photoshop? Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He
Fair
had
enough.
MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine,
No,
sir.
Terry,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't
Take a look
there,
at the
but they're
photograph.
there now, right?
No,
but they're there
in
now.
your picture.
Terry,
Ukraine, sir.
he's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
Well, we'll take a look at that.
You do
We'll take
such
a
a
look.
disservice.
We'll take a look at
Why
that,
don't you
sir.
just say, yes, he does, and, go on to something else?
It's contested.
The government clearly has a working database to track what certain tattoos mean, a legend for them, if you will, especially when they're tied to extremists or gang members. So don't tell me those tattoos ironically lined up in that order, in that sequence, and in that fashion by chance. And in other photos we've seen, his hands are either covered or his girl's got emojis on top of them. Why hide his hands unless you've got something to hide? For all we know, they could have been removed by now to cover up his tracks. You're arguing about Photoshop when a known gang member is roaming free. Trump didn't expose the gang tats. And then what does the reporter try to do? Let's move on to Ukraine. I mean, really. Now, here comes the part they really didn't want you to hear. The truth about deportation and due process. Watch this next clip about giving 21 million people 2-week trials.
But all I can say is this: if you're going to have 21 million people, and if we have to get a lot of them out because they're criminals, we're going to have to act fast. We can't. Do you think we can give 21 million trials? Let's say each trial takes 2 weeks. Is that what you want us to do?
The law
give
is the law, sir. The law is the law, and you're
the law
sworn
doesn't
to
say anything
uphold it.
about trials.
No, not trials, hearings. I said
These
hearings.
people came in, they're not citizens. They came in illegally. They came into our country
Right.
illegally.
And
We
there's-
have to get them out.
There's a legal process for that.
I can't, sure, and we follow the legal process. I can't have a trial, a major trial
I'm not
for
saying
every
major.
person that came in illegally. We have thousands of murderers that came in. They're going to murder people. They already have murdered people in our country.
Right, so
we have to get them out,
They're
and we have
bad
to get them
guys,
out fast.
Really bad guys. But in our country, even bad guys get due process, right?
If people come into our country illegally, there's a different standard. These are illegal. They came in illegally.
But they get due process.
Well, they get a process where we have to get them out. Yeah.
Let me break this down for you. Illegal doesn't mean you get the red carpet treatment and a free attorney. There is a stark difference between immigration and invasion. And Trump, I think he gets it. We have real citizens who wait years to get help. What about our veterans? What about the homeless population still? And that encompasses a lot of the veterans. And for you people who were talking about reparations, if there were such a thing that were going to take place, where do you think they just went to and they've been going? And how is it they got them before you? But you still want to debate about an MS-13 gang member. Nope. That's when ABC pulled out the big smear card, calling him authoritarian. And Trump handled it like a boss.
Oh, what do you say to people who are concerned you are seizing too much power and becoming an authoritarian president like we haven't had before?
No, I would hate them to think that. I'm doing one thing. I'm making America great again. We have a country that was failing. We have a country that was laughed at all over the world. We had a leader that was grossly incompetent. He should have never been there. The election was rigged. He should have never been there. Our country suffered greatly, and now our country's coming back like nobody can believe. I have editorials just today where they're saying they've never seen anything like it. They love it. Our country's coming back, and we're respected again.
Translation, and you know we like those here. The only people worried about Trump having power are those that abused it before. President Trump didn't build a police state. He built an economy. Let's be clear. Joe Biden weaponized agencies, and President Trump fired corrupt bureaucrats. Huge difference. And just when you thought it was over and the interview was about to end, Trump circles back and torches the media itself.
You knew it, I knew it, and everybody knew it, but you guys didn't want to write it because you're fake news.
All right. Thank you.
And by the way, ABC is one of the worst. I have to be honest with you.
Thank you.
He didn't sugarcoat it, and he surely didn't say it behind their backs. In the middle of the interview, he said it. The media's job is to ask real questions and not run cover for failed presidents and gang members. As my mom would have said, dogs bark and chickens cluck. Trump's not afraid to call it like it is, and that's why they fear him. The bottom line here is ABC was playing checkers, and Trump was playing 4D chess. This interview was supposed to be a hit piece, a gotcha moment. Instead, Trump turned this into a presidential highlight reel. Trump walked into a lion's den, flipped the table, and made those lions look like poodles. Every pivot, every dodge, every lie got torched, and America saw it. And this was just one interview. Imagine what's to come. If you're done with the lies, the pivots, and those cover-ups, please smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss the next drop. Thank you. God bless.
Listen.